Hello friends, this is Smart Wester here. In this video, we are going to discuss about retirement savings. How much do I need to save for retirement? Everyone has this question in mind. Everyone knows that we have to save for retirement. At some point, we'll have to stop working, which means we will not have regular income coming to us every month, which means we have to prepare for it now. So everyone has this question that how much money is needed to have a comfortable retirement, that if I need to continue living the same way I live today, what is the number that I need to hit before retirement? So yeah, in this video, I'm going to demonstrate that using a simple example. I have to remind you here that retirement is not about age. You do not retire when you become 60 years old. That's not the right way to approach retirement. Retirement is all about hitting the goal, financial goal. It's a number, it's a financial number. As soon as you hit your financial goal, you can retire at any age you want. You can retire at 35, you can retire at 40, as long as you have the sufficient amount of money set aside to take care of you for the rest of your life. You can retire early if you so choose to do. Yeah, I'll start with a realistic example and then try to generalize it for everyone so that anyone can apply to their lifestyle. Yeah, like income and expenses are very personal. It varies from person to person. So what I discuss here might not apply to you, but stay with me that at the end of this video you can take something that is applicable to you. I'll try to generalize so that everyone can benefit from it. Yeah, it's a very complex question that how much is needed for retirement is a very complex question to and it's like I said, it's very personal to every person. But we can deal with this problem by simplifying the problem into small simple pieces and then put everything together to identify a simple solution. So here we go. Today, as of today, let's say that you need 30,000 rupees per month to deal with all your everyday expenses. I'm giving this as a reasonable number based on my lifestyle or my parents' lifestyle, whatever. Based on today, what is the amount of money that is needed to have a comfortable life? And I'm here. It's an expense estimate. It's not your income estimate. It's an expense estimate, which means I'm talking about 30,000 rupees of expenses that you spend 30,000 rupees every month to have a comfortable life. And I am assuming that you do not have any mortgage because it is reasonable to expect that one must have a fully paid house by the time they retire. So I am not taking any mortgage payments into consideration. Leaving all that out, 30,000 rupees in a metro city in India seems a reasonable estimate. So yeah, I'm assuming 30,000 rupees per month expenses is needed today to have a comfortable life. And you have at least 30 years to retire from now, which means you are in the late 20s, about 30 years old. And I'm also assuming that the inflation rate going forward is going to be 4% per year, which is the target inflation of Reserve Bank of India set by the former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan. So we are going to take it for granted. Let's assume that they stick to their goal, which is highly unlikely. But yeah, for argument's sake, let's assume that the expected inflation is around 4%, even though it has hit double digits in the past. So a 30,000 rupee expense today will become approximately 97,300 rupees 30 years from now at 4% inflation. You see how inflation is eating up your savings? 30,000 rupees today, to 30,000 rupees expense today, to cover a 30,000 rupees expense today, you need 97,300 rupees 30 years from now. So that's the impact of inflation. And with a very, very conservative estimate of 4%, I am really not sure if we can expect 4% inflation in the future. It could be higher, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's assume it's 4% for now, and you would need 97,300 rupees per month at the time of your retirement. Now that you have retired, going forward after retirement, I'm assuming you get 6% return on your investment. I'm assuming conservative estimate because you might not hold everything in equity at that point in time. You will have some bonds, some fixed deposits in banks, etc., etc. So you'll have a diversified portfolio with less risk, a conservative portfolio. So I'm assuming an expected rate of return of 6% after your retirement. And also, I'm assuming that the inflation is slightly lower at that point in time, and I'm assuming that the inflation rate is 3% because not that I'm expecting the Indian economy to do any better. I'm assuming as a retiree, your expenses will be lower. Your expenses to your exposure to high inflation items will be reduced. You wouldn't have a mortgage payment or a house rent to take care of, which is a very significant portion of inflation estimate. So having removed all that, and with the very basic necessities of life, with a budget for traveling and medical expenses, etc., I'm assuming the expected inflation is around 3%. So now your investments are making 6% and inflation is eating 3%, which means you are left with 3% to withdraw for your expenses. So that's your retirement withdrawal rate, which is 3%. You can withdraw 3% of your retirement nest egg every year without having to worry about running out of money. So as long as your withdrawal rate is 3% or less, you don't have to worry about your retirement nest egg being vanished at some point in future. You can live as long as you want. You can live till 90 years, you can live till 100 years, you can live till 120 years. No matter what, this nest egg is going to stay intact. You're never going to run out of money as long as you are withdrawing less than 3% and all the other assumptions hold. Your inflation is 3% and the expected return is 6%. So yeah, now we have established that you need to withdraw 3% every year from your nest egg. So your 97,300 rupees monthly income needed at a 3% withdrawal translates to roughly 3.9 crore rupees. So that's the target that you need to achieve based on all our assumptions. 3.9 crores. If you have 3.9 crores saved before you retire, you are on the right track. You can have a very comfortable retirement life. So 3.9 crores sounds a lot, sounds a little scary, but yeah, that's what the numbers give you. So how do we go to there? How do we save 3.9 crores in the first place? How much should I save today to hit that milestone of 3.9 crores when I retire? Since you are young, I'm going to assume that you are a little bit aggressive with your investments and you're going to invest in equities, mutual funds, and all sorts of risky investments too. That's why I'm assuming a return on investment of 10% today, which is slightly aggressive, I know, but the equity markets have been averaging around 12% in India so far in the past 10 to 15 years. So 10% is not that bad, but at the same time, it's a little bit aggressive. I agree. So based on a 10% return on investment every year, you need to save 17,218 rupees every month to get to 3.9 crores at the time of retirement, which is 30 years from today. 17,218 rupees. That's a lot of money for most of you, because it's really difficult if you earn at your 20s or at your 30s, your income might not be that high to let you save 17,218 rupees every month, if especially if you're single. Yeah, that's a bit of it doesn't fit. Moreover, it's a number that doesn't fit everyone. So in order to generalize this, I'm going to make some assumptions on your income as well, so that we can finally generalize at what percentage of your salary should you save in order to achieve your retirement target. So I'm going to assume a 40,000 rupees monthly income after tax. It can be an income of a family, it can be an income of a single person, it doesn't matter. I'm assuming 40,000 rupees as a base case scenario to continue forward with the math behind it. And if you assume that you get a 6% hike every year till you retire, again, this is a bit at an early stage, you might get more than 6% hike. I used to get around 10% on average every year. Uh, but you can't expect the same double digit hike going forward as you progress in your career. The more you earn, the less your hike will be. So I'm assuming a 6% hike, or at least this would be a proper guidance for you to set your career goals, that you should always aspire to get more than 6% hike every year in your job. That should be your goal career wise. So going at that rate, retirement your retirement income, your final income at the time of your retirement will be 26 lakhs per year. If your current salary is 40,000 rupees per month, your retirement income will be 26 lakhs per annum if you continue to get 6% hike every year. So under these assumptions, to achieve 3.9 crores at the time of retirement, you need to save 30% of your after tax income. If you save 30% of your after tax income, you can get easily above 4 crores and above with 10% expected return. So now this can be generalized to everyone, regardless of your income and expenses. As long as you are saving 30% of your after tax income for your retirement, you can safely retire with a lot of money. You can have a very comfortable retirement if you put aside 30% of your after tax income for the purpose of retirement. This does not include your mortgage payments, this does not include your savings towards your children's education, their college tuition, etc. etc. This is solely for the purpose of retirement. If you set aside 30% of your after tax income today and invest in some stocks or mutual funds that generate 10% income, and you continue working hard to improve your career at a 6% hike to get a 6% salary increment every year, if you focus on these things, you will definitely have a very comfortable retirement. Moreover, we have assumed a 3% withdrawal rate for your retirement income, which means you will never run out of the money. After you die, you can pass on that money to your children as inheritance in order to make their lives a little easier. For kids, let's do something to them. Let's leave a legacy behind. That's what's more important. After you die, what's gonna last is your legacy. So you're not only building your retirement, you're building your legacy. So take this seriously and have 30% of your income set aside for retirement, and you will have a very comfortable retirement. So, how to assess that you are in the right track? Like you put aside 30% income, but markets may go down, go up. How do you know that you are saving enough? So this chart shows exactly at how your retirement nest egg should look like at each point in time, so that you can benchmark against to know where you stand. So at the age of 35, you should have saved at least two times your annual salary. At least two times your annual salary. If your annual salary is 5 lakhs at the time of 35, you should have at least 10 lakhs saved in your retirement nest egg. If at the time, at the age 40, if your annual salary is 5 lakhs, you should have 20 lakhs saved in your nest egg, and so on. 2, 4, 6, 9, 12, and 16. By the time you turn 60 and you retire, you should have at least 16 times your annual salary at the time, you turn 60. Your salary at age 60, you have to have 16 times that amount of money saved in your retirement nest egg. So this is how you assess your retirement nest egg. How much are you on the right track? At the time of 35, you should have 2 times your salary. At the time of at the age of 40, you should have 4 times your salary. At the age of 45, you should have 6 times your salary. At that age 50, you should have 9 times your salary. At that age of 55, you should have 12 times your salary, and at the age of 60, you should have 16 times your salary at that point in time. If you have saved along these guidelines, you will have a very comfortable retirement, and you do not have to worry about running out of money. You don't have to worry about inflation. You don't have to worry about government pensions, social security, anything. You will have a very comfortable life. Thank you for your time, guys. If you have any question, please leave them in the comments. As usual, if you like this video, please click the like button and share it with your friends, and also please subscribe to my channel. See you later at with a different video. Thanks a lot. Bye.